tag, one child, one youth, one tag you. Think big you. Together we can do this in our continent you. Think big you. I say one tag, one child, one youth, one tag you. Think big you. Together we can do this in our continent you. Think big you.
Good morning to the global community of TACC. Yes, this is Chief Abundance. The script says, "Come, let us reason," says the infinite. There's sometimes in life that as a people, we need to sit down in our quiet moments and reason first with ourselves. Reason with where you are in life, what you have been through, what you're going through, and the prospects based on your present situation or your past. Come, let us reason, says the infinite. It is 6:04 in the morning on the continent of Africa. You are welcome. You are welcome, as I've always said, to the greatest period of wealth transformation. Let us not miss the train, knowing that we are at the head of the industry. And so let us reason. The technology that we have in our hands, it has a very short history. It's not a long time since blockchain and cryptocurrency were introduced. Very short span in comparison to the system that you and I were born into, the current system that have chopped us for over 400 years. I want the global community of Tiashans to reason, be rational, and ask yourself the question, am I satisfied? Having obeyed Pharaoh's rules, having gone through and are going through the systems of the Pharaohs, am I getting the desired results? Am I getting the desired results? And based on my years, or based on my education or experience or hard work, am I satisfied with my standing in the community? I mean, these are the hard questions. Am I satisfied with my bank account? Am I satisfied with the car that I drive? With the house that I live in? Am I satisfied with the properties that I've owned? Am I satisfied with what I can give my children or afford to give my children? Am I satisfied? This morning, for you to reason, there must be questions. And so I am asking even myself those very questions. Am I satisfied? Having gone through the systems, the educational systems, the financial systems, the religious and political systems, our social systems, community systems, at the end of the tunnel am I satisfied? And if you're not satisfied, what am I doing about it? That is the question. What am I doing about it? We have come together from the inception to create our own economy, because that is the solution. The solution is not to be dependent on a system that has failed us for over 400 years. It will continue to fail us. The global policy is to keep the majority in poverty. That is the global policy, one of control, 1% versus 99%. And it is not getting any better. A lot of persons, even in the West, who enjoy middle-class status, today they have been reduced. They have been reduced. A lot of them, since COVID-19, were never able to maintain that status. The foreclosures in Europe and America is out of the roof. Is out of the roof. And so they're bringing the system to, as it were, a social system where everyone is dependent upon the system, where everyone is given a stipend from the system. You work for the system in all aspects. And so when the system says you can only spend your money within 5 miles, 10 miles of your house, if you go out of that region, your money is no good. So why am I asking us to reason this morning and to be rational with our thinking? First, we need to admit, am I satisfied with my standard of living? Am I being respected in my home, especially men? Am I being respected? Because it's not your physical physique that gives you respect in your home. It's not how the colors of the wall or the tiles on the floor that give you respect. What gives you respect in your home is your ability to provide. Is your ability to provide for your family. Is your ability for you to be able to stand in your community and they look up to you because you are at a level based on what you have put into the system. But a lot of us cannot stand and say that of today. And so what are we doing about it? Because if we repeat the same, if we continue the same, we will end up with the same. A lot of us in the TACC community are not willing to change lane. Peter, cast your net. Very unusual. Children of Israel, go around the wall. Naaman, dip 7 times. Woman, bring your vessels. Very probably ridiculous instructions. But when followed, you get the desired results. You get the desired results. Saul, go and destroy the Amalekites. Leave neither root nor branch. But what do I hear in my ears? And then the response was, I saved them, the best, to be sacrificed. The Infinite says to obey is better than sacrifice, than to hearken to the fat of rams. And so there's a reason why the community was formed. The community was formed because we're at a period where individuals can come together and create money. Not only create money, but also the value of it. The value of it. And so we also realize that no government around the world will readily look at where we are going and embrace us 100%. Let us not fool ourselves. I have tested the water more than once, more than twice. They will not. Just like the banks and the system will not allow you to travel or take out $10,000 without knowing what you're going to do with it. They will not allow you. We need to create our own financial structure. As Marcus Garvey says, that any other race that put forward a system for our financial freedom, know that it is one of economic slavery. And we can attest to that fact up to today. All the systems that we have tried have failed us. A lot of us is not for the lack of trying or for hard working why we are where we are today. No, we have tried everything possible. Now you have been brought into abundance. You have been brought into abundance. But you're still carrying the mindset of artificial scarcity. That is our biggest problem that we are facing. After so many years in Pharaoh, even though we are out of Egypt, Pharaoh is still in us. He has not left us. We have left Egypt, but Egypt has not left us. And so, our main focus is to concentrate on giving TACC utility, because by giving TACC utility is the answer. Hence the reason we have started out with our merchant app. Those of you who have businesses, you can begin to upload your businesses and what you have to offer on our merchant app. And so that should be our primary focus and that of our diasporan city. As a result of that, a lot of concentration this year will be placed on the securing and the commencement of our initial activities once the committee would have submitted the report, to which I believe it's just around the corner. Because we have put a large and a small committee in place to create guidelines as to how we should approach TACC Diasporan City. Added to that, 2 committees. I am also in the process of creating a shadow cabinet in TACC. This will be the body that oversees the implementation of the diasporan city policies. The shadow cabinet These are individuals that understand the vision, individuals who are focus-centered, individuals who have the burden to see humanity lift up, individuals that are meaningful specifics and not wandering generalities. The shadow cabinet will be a very small number, but we will tap into persons' expertise as we proceed. We cannot repeat the same every year and expect to get a different result. This is Chief Abundance. Good morning.